Hey, it's LSFT here today, and today we're here to look at another recall from Toyota or Lexus. This is really a Lexus recall. So when you look at here, we're looking at Toyota Canada newsroom, and you can see that Toyota is conducting a safety recall involving certain Lexus vehicles. And they're saying that it's certain 2025 Lexus UX300h vehicles. So the U300h is using the 5th generation hybrid system, which we can find in other Toyota vehicles. But how come it's only the UX? Well, we don't know yet. At this point, there's very limited number of vehicles recalled, so they're saying only about 90 Lexus vehicles are recalled in Canada. So what you're saying here is, in the subject vehicles, certain hybrid power system wires could wear out over time and separate completely, causing a loss of motive power. A loss of motive power driving at high speeds could increase a risk of a crash, because suddenly you're driving 120 kilometers an hour and then you lost power and then there's no way to move. So it is very dangerous. So what they're saying is, for all involved vehicles, Lexus dealers will replace the engine room main wire harness with a new one free of charge. So this, I don't know what component this is. Probably we can look into the parts bin for the older UX, because Lexus has not released any 2025 parts yet, so that one is a little bit harder to figure out. When you look at this, they're saying that customers will be notified early October for the recall. Good thing is it's only 90, so that is good news. Let's switch over to the US and look at the US press release and see how many are recalled in the US. Alright, so right now we're in the Toyota newsroom in the US, and you can see here, same thing, 2025 UX300h. And when you look at here, it actually tells us it's 140 vehicles, and they actually tell us a little bit more information. So they're saying that it's 300h produced in January 2024. So 140 plus the 90 is only 230 vehicles. Not a lot. And I doubt that in January they only produced 230 vehicles. So we do know that UX is sold in Europe, they're sold in Japan, they're sold in other markets, but I still haven't seen any recalls in those markets yet. Probably we'll see more in the following days, and hopefully I'll be able to get more information about this recall and then produce another video about the details on how they figured this out. Because this does look like something that they found very quickly, and it was only limited to those vehicles. I just don't know if they found it after they've delivered it and then they corrected it, or how does that actually work. So they're saying here certain hybrid power systems could wear over time, exactly the same thing. And they're saying that also early October 2024 is when they'll replace the engine room main wire harness. All right. So UX are built in Japan, so it's built in Japan and distributed around the world. So that is one interesting thing. But let's look at the sales numbers, because I don't think they sold these vehicles in January, but 140 in the US. So let's look at US. Follow me on Instagram at LSFT videos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX450h Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video. So when you look at here the US sales, you can see here they sell roughly like 500, 700, 900, 1000. So they do sell a lot in a month. So 140 out of all these is very little. So I think if you got this message, in your Lexus app that you got the recall, you're one of the lucky ones, I would say. Probably go and buy a lottery ticket and hopefully you'll win something as well. Because 140 out of probably a thousand that they sell, the chances are low. But again, hopefully they'll take care of you and we will have all these things resolved. And then also in Canada, when you look at it, we sell about 200 to 300 range and they're recalling 90. So probably certain model or certain trim is probably what's impacted, but very limited information at this time. So we move over to Lexus Australia and we don't see any recalls in Australia yet. So no information at this point. Also popping over to the Lexus Japan, Toyota Japan, and we don't see any recalls on the UX as well. Alright, so here we have the UX250H. This is not the same 300H, but we're trying to get a reference of what we're talking about here. So you can see here we're in the wiring and clamp area, and it's this 82111, okay? 82111. So 82111 in this version is the engine room main wire harness. You can see $4,000. So it ranges from $3,000 something to $4,000 for this part. And if we come back up, what does that mean? 82111 consists of a lot of subparts as well. And it does look like this is the wiring that goes across everywhere. So this seems to be a very important part. Definitely not a cheap part to replace. So owners who actually got the recall, make sure you do get this done because you're talking about $3,000 to $4,000 US dollars. And in Canada, I think this is like a $7,000 wire. So make sure with the wires and with the labor, you're talking about a $10,000 repair. Very expensive. But good thing is only 90 in Canada, 100-ish in US. At this point, there's still very little information, but hopefully when we get more information, I will be telling you guys with a new video about the details and how they figured out how this wire harness was an issue. And it's because it's so new, so the impact of this should be very low. Owners who actually got their cars shouldn't be too worried at this point. So if you do own a UX 2025 model year, you can open the door, and if you look at the VIN number on the driver's side, on the top right, you would actually see a number. If it's 01/24, then those are the ones that's produced in January. All right. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.